The island have the visit from Miss Connie Archbold Robinson, member from the Raizal Diaspora, that visiting the island to observe all the help that was done to the community and the fishermen after the Hurricane Iota. She explained that they're looking at way how to support the community more frequently, and cause of transportation make it difficult. Miss Connie also make a visit to different programs that the diaspora is supporting in Providence and Santa Catalina, like the farming, fishing, and many community programs. She also explained that the diaspora is supporting the community long before the Hurricane Iota, and now they are focusing to establish many other programs to develop the community in the reconstruction.
Well, we don't have formal positions, so through my mother and father's family after the hurricanes, as someone who was born in the exterior but loves very much the islands, has always come to Providence and San Andres and Catalina for vacations, really wanted to know what I could do to be of service to our community here. And so began meeting other people from the diaspora, all virtually, just by WhatsApp and on the video calls and phone calls, to be able to try and contribute both our emotional support, our solidarity, in some cases financial resources, to be able to help our community here in Providence to have the more courage and more hope and energy to keep fighting for our past and our future as an archipelago, and especially here in Providence and Catalina. Well, the intention was that it was imagined at a time where most structures on the island had been destroyed after the hurricane, and the few spaces that we understood that our local community here was gathering were all controlled by the government. And so we had hoped to provide some independent space where people could come and discuss their concerns on what was happening and how they might want to advocate for a different vision and form a different vision, and be able to go through that struggle together without being under the watchful eyes and ears of the Colombian government. And so the tent was bought and was sent, and those of us in the diaspora, of course, since we're not here every day, it can be hard to know exactly how to be of help, and sometimes the things that become a need, even when we offer them, because of the logistics that it takes to be able to get things from the United States or Europe or wherever people are to the islands, it can delay. And so that has been a challenge, that we want to move quickly. We know the needs are urgent, and yet our islands are not the most easy to get to, and nor is it very simple to transfer resources here because of all the restrictions with the Colombian government. So for many of us in the diaspora, this hurricane was really a wake-up call of how important it is to have the relationships and to build trust and a shared vision, so that we can be prepared in the future of any challenging circumstances that we have, and also to continue recovering from what has been a really devastating experience. Well, our hope is, of course, to have the best reconstruction that we can, so that people can sleep easy in homes that are stable and provide protection from the weather and the changing climate that is happening in our region and all around the world. And also through that to really strengthen our social processes here, the way that our community is being educated and helping to organize and empower themselves, so that it's really our Raizal vision that is leading what happens here in the archipelago, and that those of us in the diaspora have a clearer way of how to support that vision becoming a reality and can stay better connected and understanding. Because for me, I had only gotten involved in these efforts after the hurricane, so I have lots of catching up to do. I'm sort of learning more history and learning all of these movements that have been going on for years. It wasn't just because of the hurricane these things started happening. It was building on things that the community has been leading for so long. And so our hope is to strengthen internally those social processes, and to make sure that those of us in the diaspora strengthen our connection to our homeland for ourselves and for our children and our children's children, so we can hang on to, really our kind of control and culture of this beautiful place. Right now, we don't have a formal, office. We've been partnering and supporting with entities here, including the Fishermen Federation. It's a great question, though. I know many people have personal relationships with some of our leaders in the diaspora, like Dr. Ralph or Pastor Edgardo. Both of them I work with very closely, and so they together, with Mr. Elmer, Mr. Glenn, so many of us are trying to collaborate and be able to support the requests and the ideas that are coming from the community. And I think it's a great suggestion that we have some sort of unified place that people can find us. So it makes me think of maybe we need a, one like email account or phone number that's kind of where if anyone wanted to get a hold of us, how would they do that? Maybe even if they didn't have a relationship directly with one of us. So that's something I think we need to figure out in the near future. I was prepared to have my heart broken, and it's very hard to see our people suffering, and at the same time, amidst all the suffering and all the ugliness of the garbage and the tents and people not having the basic necessities or comforts, our people are still so beautiful, and our island is still so beautiful, and that is of comfort to me. And I think that's what will really get us through. Our culture is strong, and if we can continue to work together on a bigger vision and see ourselves as connected as a Raizal people and work together, that will get us through despite the challenges that we are in right now.